Hello and welcome to EN 106 Information Literacy and Research Writing. I'm your instructor, Dee Anderson, and I wanted to welcome you to our online class as well as show you around a little bit just in case you haven't taken a class online at Herzing before, or if maybe you just need a refresher for how to get around. This is the announcements page. So when you log on to Blackboard and you click the link for our class, you're going to come in and you'll always land on the announcements page. I send probably 3 to 5 announcements a week. You'll get a copy in your Herzing email box, but in case you missed the information or you've forgotten something that was important, you'll always be able to find a copy of the announcements here on Blackboard with the most recent at the top. Um, Here on the left are the links for navigating the various elements of the course. So you'll see here's announcements, and after that is Herzing assessments. So over the course of the term, I'm going to be assessing your progress, and I'll be using different things to be able to do that. So you can take a look at them here, but it's not something you really have to worry about because they're going to just kind of come up naturally in our work together. After the assessments is faculty information, and that's information about me. So that's my picture. Here's my Herzing University email address. However, the best way to reach me by message is via Blackboard messages, which is right here. So the Blackboard message system allows us to keep sort of a list of our communication together so that it's all in one place rather than in sending a bunch of emails back and forth. So this is the main way that we'll be communicating with each other. So if you want to send me a message, you should just click here on the messages and you'll see it'll open up kind of this message interface. And then you'll click here for create message, right? And that will allow you to choose my name out of the list because it will have my name as well as all of your other classmates' names. And here I'll show you. So you're going to click to for the recipient and see here's the list of everybody in the class, and I'm at the top here. So if you want to send me a message, you'll do that, right? And then you'll go down here and say, uh, we'll say with week 1 assignment, right? And then you can go on and explain what you need help with. And then you're going to click here for submit and make sure that I get a copy of it, right? And then likewise, when you come into the messages, there will also be your inbox, and so that will be where you'll receive your messages either from me or from your classmates. So be sure to check that pretty frequently. Like every time you log on, you should just take a quick look to see if you have any new messages. And then here you can also create a folder for whatever reason. You have a bunch of different kinds of messages. You can sort of sort them in a way that's comfortable for you. So just quickly back to the faculty info. There's also my Skype name. So if we sort of set an appointment to talk, and we decide we want to do it, screen to screen or face to face, we can do it by Skype. Sometimes it makes for a nicer conversation when we can, look at each other rather than just a phone call. But if that's so, then this is how you'll reach me on Skype. Um, and then there's my cell phone number, which you can use to call me or to text me. Just know that if you call me though, and it's not during office hours, I probably won't be able to answer, but I will get back to you as soon as I can if you leave me a voice message. And if you send me a text, I'll also try to respond to that as soon as I can. But if it's urgent or something that you really need help with, then you should say that in your message. It also helps me if you tell me who you are when you text me. So I'll get lots of messages from students that say like, hey, I need this, or I'm confused about this. And I'll say, who is this? Because I won't know just from your phone number. So just say, hey, it's, your first name. And then that way I'll have some idea of who you are when I respond. And then here are my office hours, and you'll see that I tried to, make a flexible schedule here because I know everybody's struggling with work and family obligations. So there's a morning time, there's an evening time, and then there's a time on the weekend. And if for whatever reason none of these times are convenient for your schedule, then just send me a note and we can figure out a separate time for us to have a conversation if you want to meet with me. And then here's also just a little background information about me, so you can take a look at that when you get a chance. Next is the academic coach information. Our coach for this course is Annie Phillips. So if you are having a particular issue with either an assignment or a particular concept, then you can request a meeting with Annie by clicking here, and she'll meet with you online and she'll go over whatever it is that you're struggling with. You can certainly reach out to me as well, but if you want sort of a real tutorial session with someone, then you should contact Annie. Next is the syllabus. Of course, this is important information because it gives you due dates, it tells you, point values for different assignments. So you should download this when you get a chance and then print it so that you have a hard copy, and then keep that wherever you do your Herzing work. Here you can also find the university catalogs as well as the price of success document, which is really key to the Herzing community and everybody's work together. Next is the e-textbook. So the textbook for this course is called Cengage Guide to Research. So it's going to sort of walk us through particularly the APA documentation, which is such an important part of academic writing. So it's an e-textbook that you'll be able to see on your computer, and you should sort of go through these steps to get it loaded into your Blackboard course. If for whatever reason you're having trouble, then let me know. We'll kind of figure it out. It's a little bit tricky process, but I think that the most important thing is to wait for the email from the bookstore and then follow the steps. The next is the classroom, which is kind of the heart of our work together, and this is where you're going to go every single week to access all of the information you need to complete your weekly assignments. So when you come in, the first thing that you'll see is kind of a list of each week. So week 1, you'll see from the beginning tells you the objectives for the week, the glossary, so the different terms that you're going to need to know for the week, and then also how the learning activities match the learning outcomes for the week. So let's just click here for week 1, just so that you can see how to get started. And as you come in, you'll see the first thing is a sequence of activities, which is important because it'll tell you how to go through all of the material for the week. So you're going to review the key terms and concepts. You're going to complete all the reading for the week. You're going to view the online presentations, which is really critical, right? You will not be able to complete any of the assignments successfully unless you do the reading and you watch these online presentations, and you need to watch them every single week. Otherwise, you really will be in the dark and you won't know what to do. You're also going to participate in the week 1 discussion topic, which is here under discussions, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then you're going to complete the week 1 hands-on assignment. Hands-on we use to sort of allow you to put into practice what you've learned in terms of the presentations and the textbook readings. And then there's a quiz. I think there's actually 2 quizzes for week 1. So you're going to complete those as well. And then if there are any other reference materials that could be useful to you, you can find them here under student resources. So here are the weekly objectives. This is what you should be able to do by the end of the week. And then here are the key terms, different things that are important for us to understand for the week 1 work. And then the required readings. So here they're actually PDFs of some readings. So this is an APA tip sheet, which I find to be very helpful. And again, something that you might want to print because it sort of gives you a really good overview of the APA style. And then an updated library tour of the Herzing Library, and then also Herzing's academic dishonesty policy, which is important for you to know, right? And so, you're going to read this information, and then here is a video on the types of plagiarism, a video on paraphrasing, and then another video to help you with citing quotations in the text of your document. So you need to watch all of these to make sure that you understand what's important for this week. The other thing here is that there are some PowerPoint presentations to watch. So here's the PowerPoint, and then what's nice is that after that is a transcript of what's in the PowerPoint. So if there's something you didn't understand or something that you just want to sort of walk away with and have a hard copy of, you can always print the transcript if it makes it easier for you to understand what's in the PowerPoint. But so you'll see that there are 3 different PowerPoints, one on information literacy, one on avoiding plagiarism, and one on finding source material. So there's actually a lot to do this week. So it's important that you try to get started as soon as possible. So here's the week 1 assignment. So when you're ready to do the week 1 assignment, you're going to click here, and this will sort of repeat what the assignment is so that you're clear about it. And then when you're ready to, you can write your submission. So it's important that you click here for write submission, right? And then you're going to type in your submission here, meaning type in the assignment here in this text box, right? So I'm just going to say this is my week 1 assignment, right? Just for an example. And then when you're done, you want to make sure that you click the submit button. These comments here are not for your assignment. They're for you to tell me something about your assignment. So for example, you might say, right, so maybe you want to say, I had a little trouble understanding the assignment. I tried my best. And you just want to sort of let me know something about the assignment. That's what the comment box is for. But it's very important that for the actual assignment, you click on write submission. Otherwise, I can't grade it or give you feedback if you don't do it correctly. All right, so that's sort of the week 1 assignment. And we're going to go back here to the rest of week 1. And then this is the rubric that I'm going to use to grade your week 1 assignment. And then here are 2 quizzes. One is a true or false based on what you've read and learned over the week. And then the other is about APA style and academic dishonesty. So it's important that you complete both of those quizzes. So this is all you need to do for week 1. Okay, so you need to get to it as soon as you can, because these weeks are going to go very quickly, and if you don't stay on top of the work, you're going to fall behind, and then it's going to be the end of week 4 and you're going to have missing assignments. So you don't want that to happen. So really try to stay up with your readings and with the presentations, and most importantly, getting the assignments in on time. So I wanted to go and show you just quickly the discussion folder. So normally if we were in a regular classroom environment, I would be asking you questions and you would be answering them and we would be having conversations. But since we're not able to do that in an online environment, we're going to do that on the discussion board. So you'll see that each week there's sort of an assignment that you need to complete. But part of the responsibility for the discussion is that you need to post responses to your peers. So for this week, you need to post 2 additional responses to your peers, right? So what happens then is you make a post and then somebody responds to your post and somebody else responds to your post. And if you want to, you can certainly go back and respond to their responses, which kind of enables for us to have an actual conversation. So that's always good to do. So after you've posted, so you're going to click here for week 1 discussion. Oh, and see, someone has already posted. And we're going to go here and click, we can click here to see what she's posted, and then you can respond to that, right? So it's important for you to be able to do that, one, to keep our community classroom going, but also to get credit for the discussion, that in addition to your actual post, you need to respond to post. And I strongly encourage you to come back and see what people have responded to and maybe reply to them, okay? All right, good. So after the discussions, there's the messages, which we've talked about. And then the last thing I really want to show you are your grades. So every time I grade something, it will be here. More importantly, though, than the grade, at least to me, is the feedback that I'm giving you so that you can make sure that you're understanding everything. You can see where if maybe there was something you didn't understand and why you didn't understand it. And to make sure that you're following sort of the different steps that we're going to go through during the course. All right, so if you have any questions, certainly let me know. I know it's a lot of information, but you'll see that as we do it, it will become easier because we'll understand better how each part fits together with the next part. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you this term, and I'm always here to answer any questions you have. And I'm a strong believer that there's no dumb question, there's no stupid question. So if you don't know, please ask so that you're sure about what you're doing. All right. See you on the discussion board.